Looking ahead to high school and some of the many challenges you might face, one that may seem minor and/or not even be on your radar is hacking. We're not talking about coughing or being a terrible golfer. We're talking about getting into computers or technology systems illegally and having to face the consequences. Before your teacher talks to you about how hacking happens and why it's against the law, Jacob, a sophomore in high school, has a story to tell you about what happened to him when he made the choice to hack. He hopes you listen, think seriously about what he has to say, and, if you're smart and a leader, not even think about making the same mistake he made. Hey guys, I've always been an exceptional student with a high GPA and a knack for computer skills. At the beginning of my freshman year, I met a girl named Katie, and I liked her a lot. We were friends, but I didn't think she was interested in me. Katie was also an excellent student, with one exception. She had failed algebra freshman year due to some distracting family troubles. Katie had high aspirations and lots of pressure from her parents to succeed. Both of her parents had attended top-notch universities, and she had her eye on Cornell from the moment she stepped into high school. That failing algebra grade, however, could mean the demise of her Ivy League dreams. When Jacob learned of Katie's issue, he saw his chance to be a hero and leapt into action. He told her he could change her grade by hacking into the school's grading system. "Won't you get in trouble?" Katie asked. She wasn't sure Jacob should take the risk. But Katie's desperation to get accepted into Cornell won out over her fears, and she agreed to the plan. That night, Jacob went online and purchased the device that tracks the keystrokes of the computer it is attached to. Using his computer skills, Jacob's plan was simple enough. Attach the device to an unsuspecting teacher's computer. Wait for the teacher to enter her administrative passwords, retrieve the device with the passwords on it later, and change Katie's failing grade to an A. He thought that maybe if he fixed Katie's problem, it would help her to notice him the way he noticed her. A few days later, Jacob had learned how to use the device, and it was time to put his plan into action. It was a Thursday in the middle of February, and Jacob's computer of choice belonged to his English teacher, Ms. Clements. He knew she normally took a 30-minute lunch break, and this was his window to enter her classroom and secure the device to her desktop. He waited nearby, doing his best to appear innocent and unassuming. Once Ms. Clements left with her purse slung over her shoulder, signaling her sustained absence, he entered the room. Jacob strode purposefully to her computer, and with little hesitation attached the device. He exited swiftly, checking that no one had seen him leave. Once he was a safe distance away from the scene of his crime, he waited nervously for the end of the day when he would have his chance to retrieve the device. The final bell rang, and Jacob executed the final risky step of his plan. He retrieved the device from Ms. Clements' computer while she was temporarily away from her classroom. He was in more of a hurry this time, more nervous than before since he had only a minute or two to complete the task. Jacob left as quickly as he'd come, sliding around the corner of the hall just as Ms. Clements approached her room. Jacob returned home with his heart still racing from the adrenaline, his mission a success. He immediately raced up to his room where he triumphantly retrieved the secret passwords from the device, entered them into the login page of the grading system, and changed Katie's algebra grade from an F to an A. Jacob couldn't have been happier. Katie was so grateful to him, and he felt like an action hero, breaking the rules in the name of love. The thrill was so great he changed a few others too, just for the fun of it. He felt like a hero for about a week. Just 7 days after changing Katie's grade, Jacob was called up to the principal's office. What he didn't know was that the school's academic counselors regularly checked transcripts for errors and inconsistencies, and when they noticed Katie's, it put up an immediate red flag. Upon further investigation, the software on the school computers revealed the device that accessed the computer. Since the grade change belonged to Katie, they questioned her first. She quickly broke down in tears and, fearful that she would lose any chance at attending an Ivy League school, told them it had been Jacob's idea and doing. When Jacob was asked by the principal if he had tampered with Katie's grades, Jacob panicked and denied it. However, with Katie's admission of Jacob's guilt, the school was able to acquire a warrant to search his personal computer, on which they found evidence of the stolen passwords. Jacob was arrested for tampering with what was technically a government computer, a felony offense. His family retrieved him from jail on $15,000 bail. He was able to negotiate, based on his minor status, to pay the school $5,000 in reparations, along with committing to 300 hours of community service on a year-long probation. All Jacob wanted was to impress a girl and be seen as a hero. But in his efforts to do so, he lost sight of what was acceptable legal and moral behavior. He paid a costly price for it. If he could take it all back, he would in a heartbeat. Hacking computers is against the law and is a serious violation. Most people who participate in this kind of activity are caught and punished heavily for it, as Jacob was. Your digital footprint and the ability of schools and employers to track this type of behavior is far too easy to take unnecessary and costly risks.